mess here, hot mess city. Hey guys, welcome. I'm gonna turn the camera. The sun is right here. I'm trying to be in a safe spot here at the Aldi. We haven't done a video like this in a month of Sundays, so I thought I would do one today because I think this is a conversation we need to have. I think this is something that a lot of you probably are already preparing for or maybe are thinking about. And this is going to be super scary. So, this is one of those moments where I say, if this is super scary to you, well, I don't want to go tell you to watch Days of Our Lives. It's already off here Eastern time, but I'm really, really hoping you're going to hang with me on this. So we have so many things going on right now today. Everything going on in everybody's personal life. I mean, there's always something, right? Your kid backs into your car in the driveway. Things like that, just regular mom, dad stuff. Then we have all the things we talk about regularly. We have a massive hurricane in the beautiful state of Florida. And so, my problems and probably a lot of your problems right now seem really small and silly to talk about. But I think there's a lot of lessons to learn, and let's be praying for Florida. Let's be praying for all the folks that are in the path of this literally right now, okay? And that the Lord just puts his hand down on everybody and gets them through it, okay? So let's have that moment. But, there's a lot of information coming out about the pipeline situation. Now, I'm going to speak a little bit generic. I know a lot of other people aren't, but I like to at times be a little generic. It's to keep things interesting, to make you think. No, really. You know why. So, I'm not getting into the business of who did this, who did what. I think a lot of us can go along different paths and reasonings as to why yesterday happened with the Nord Stream pipeline. And, it is what it is. Here's the bottom line. It's done. So now you have, from what I understand, a lot of finger pointing. So if you don't know what this is, you really need to catch up to date. I mean, unless you're literally busy in Florida, you probably shouldn't get much of a pass on not knowing what's going on. It is all over YouTube now. It's all over it's not all over the news so much. But you can find articles about it. And, this happened early yesterday, almost 2 days ago. I'll tell you what struck me today is basically I just got sent, I have not read the article yet because I was in Aldi. And it's interesting. It's so, God's timing is so phenomenal because when I say things like this, I know a lot of you agree with me. You have to listen to your gut. You have to listen to the messages that you get. You got to listen to your instinct. You got to listen to God. And this is a strong word. I've used it today on last night's video already, but, I think you have to start considering living in wartime mode. Now, I know most of my audience is, moms, middle-aged moms and grandmas and whatnot out there, and to hear the word war is very stressful and very scary. Yes, it is, especially when you have sons, daughters, grandbabies, and whatnot. And a lot of you out there have a lot of experience with military yourself, so you already know the cruelty of war. But I think, once again, that we are seeing things on a level, potentially, that probably, I don't know if we've ever really dealt with. A lot of terms of, nuclear strikes. We have been hearing so many things being thrown around in recent months, when they were telling New York to prepare for a nuclear strike and all that, and we all flipped out. We're like, what is that? Okay, well, here's the deal, guys. Things, in my opinion, let's hope I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, let me put you over here so I can rest my arm just a little bit. If I'm wrong, please let me be wrong. I'm okay with that. Because I want us all to be happy, eating biscuits and gravy and loving on grandbabies and, making holiday cookies soon, okay? I really, really do. And loving on our little broody hens and, milking milk cows and going to the mountains and, making apple butter, okay? That's my jam. No pun intended. But the reality is we are not living the life that we did just a couple of years ago. Okay, so when I say that, somebody's going to say, well, it wasn't so great then either. You're not talking. Yeah, we were living pretty good 3 or 4 years ago compared to now. So let's keep things relative to now, and let's keep things relative to what's happening now, and let's keep things relative to who's making decisions now. Okay? So it's like this. It's like if I'm dating somebody and all he wants to do is talk about his ex-girlfriend, that ain't cool, because it should be between, our life and our business and our decisions and all these things, or the things that we want to do or the things we have to deal with, should be with the current situation, not a past one, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. Catch my drift? Let's stay current with the current events and the individuals that are making current decisions. So, moms, listen, with that being said, I think that for your own mind and for your own heart and for your own home, I think in a soft way, I'm telling you to go into mental wartime mode. Your great-grandmothers, most of us, it was more like our great-grandmothers. This is the type of life that they were living in, in the late 30s and then to the 40s. And what are all the things in your mind do you think they were doing? Not just to put food on the table, not just to, feed the babies, but to keep mentally going, okay? Because that's where the breakdown, I think, if we have one with people being able to deal with things getting more difficult, I think that's where the breakdown's going to happen. I just left Aldi. I haven't really done a hardcore Aldi shop in several weeks. I've picked up some things here and there. We've been really busy. We've got some things at home. So me coming out and doing a good Aldi run or whatever hasn't really happened. And I just texted my friend and I said, I cannot believe the price difference between just say 3 or 4 weeks ago to now. Items that I could still buy for 89 cents are now $1.19. Did they have food on the shelf? Yes, praise the Lord. But it is unbelievable to see things. When you were paying $1.56 for 4 pounds of sugar, say 2 months ago, summertime prices, and now you're paying $2.75. That is unbelievable. Okay. So I like to try to think about it as I have to get myself into a mental mode. We can call it preparedness mode. That's fine. But I think we're going to have to amp that up. Okay. Does that mean I believe you are going to have to worry about us being in active war tomorrow? No. Did not say that. Did not say that. But I think that you putting yourself into a mental, physical, spiritual mindset of these things could be a reality of different sorts. War is not just boots on the ground, combat. Guys, a lot of people would already tell you that we are already at war. We are in war. And we have been. And I'm going to let you comment down below and go crazy with that because I know you're going to, and that's fine, okay? My job, I feel here, is to softly translate that over and to prick hearts and to convict people that haven't realized these things yet. So all of you out there that, like I said earlier in my other video, you guys are a lot smarter than me, okay? And you all know. And, I realize that I speak in some riddles from time to time, but I do that to protect you and my channel. And, sometimes people can't take too much hardcore talk at one time. But I'm telling you, it is a good idea in my mind, after seeing especially what has transpired in the last 24 to 48 hours, for you to have a hardcore conversation with yourself and the Lord and putting your mind where it needs to be. Could this all go away? please, I pray. You know, as a mother of 3 boys, no matter who you are out there, if you've got kids, every mother, I just want you to know that if you're not a mom, don't take this, I don't mean this bad, so don't take this the wrong way, but if you're not a mom, or have grandbabies right now, if you're a dude, love my dudes, the mothers right now that are in tune with what's going on, we are frantically horrified. I want to admit that to you. And I know somebody's going to say, fear not, the Lord's got this. I believe that. Yeah, I know. But I'm a human and I'm a mom. And, you know, I know God's will is at work. But I can't help but also have human emotion. I can't help but have fear for my children. That is who I am, and that is who most of you are, most of these women are out there too. So, you know, we like to be, you know, hardcore and strong and that. Yeah. This is where our wartime mindset comes into play. What type of meals are you preparing? How are you preparing your home? Are you thinking about different things that you may have to do in order to make ends meet? It was just said this morning that 70%, if you don't live here, if you're overseas, it is now to the point where 70% of Americans are looking for extra work, side hustles in order to just trying to be able to basically sustain where they are. To buy food, to pay the credit card bills, to make the house payment, to do what they could do 3 years ago. Now they're having to take on extra jobs in order to do that. Is that good for the soul? Probably. Is it hard on the heart and the stress and the mind? Very. Okay. So I just want to let you know that every day, I know every day, you have to flip your lifestyle. You have got to flip your mind. Whatever it takes for you in order to get there, praying, walking, eating a little ice cream tonight, just to accept this and go forth, then you need to do it. I don't know if we want to do more videos on more frugal meals. I don't know if you want to see more things on open fire. I'm going to let you tell me some of the things that you'd like to see. Portion control, not because we want to fit into our skinny jeans, but because it's probably going to, if things continue to escalate, it's going to be required in order to make it. I've talked about this in videos as far as rationing yourself. That's the word, rationing yourself. But I think we're even beyond that. We're not just preparing for hard times. We're not just rationing ourselves because that sounds hip. I want you to put yourself mentally into wartime mental mode. I'm really concerned about a lot of things that we're seeing. And you know, nothing may come of something today. You know, somebody may not retaliate. I got this article about, you know, about retaliation. Folks, it only takes one moment in time. It only takes one decision by one person or entity. It only takes one black swan event to truly cascade a time that nobody on earth has ever seen before. Okay? We can talk about it being biblical. I get that. Okay? But what I want you to do today is to think about and understand that we're not on our timeline and that we can't control those things per se. I tell you to vote though, right? But what can you control? Okay? You can control a lot of things that you're doing in your life, in your kitchen, with your items, and with your family. I had a lady tell me on my video yesterday or the day before, and she said I had made the suggestion about buying people in your family, you know, making it a blessing bag for Christmas. Pinto, get them a bag of beans, get them some Tide. You know, I do that for my boys, and they're always a little bit different. My oldest boy, he's independent, totally independent, and he flips out because I make sure he gets some detergent and, you know, some socks and underwear and toothpaste, deodorant. in addition to what we do, I always do a blessings bag. And it's his favorite thing. Dental floss, whatever, right? And this lady actually stated that she said she felt that if she gave her son these things, he would throw them in her face. Well, ma'am, I'm going to tell you right now, I'd be having a reckoning with my boy if he treated me like that. We're all going to have to understand that the days of us being able just to run around with Starbucks and an iPhone are probably going to be hard pressed for most of us to have. And it's better now to condition yourself, and I've been saying this for a long time, because it takes a long time. We have to condition ourselves for what we feel is coming. In other words, we can talk about preparedness for a hurricane, but you may go several years and not experience one. Look at Florida today. Getting a lot of feedback from all the people down there that may not necessarily be in the eye of the storm. They may be north, whatnot, but they've said, I'm so glad that I am prepared, because the storm is not directly hitting me, but it's hitting my state. And I went to the store the other day and I couldn't get shelves were empty. Don't ignore the signs. Things happen and we should be prepared at all times. But again, daily events continue to come, and it's a different picture. It's not just surviving a storm. Again, it could be something that we've never seen before. What you need to do is between you, your family, you, and God. But I want to know that I have said this on my channel, that you need to be having conversations with yourself, looking at things differently, preparing your home immensely, conversations with your spouse, conversations with your family if you need to, and you especially need to be talking to your children. You have got to harden your children some. I've talked about that before as well. A lot of people don't want to hear that. Little Jimmy cries. Well, it's better that little Jimmy cries a little bit today and you have an opportunity to talk your fears and talk your emotions out now, and to pray and to have the opportunity to go to the Aldi and get an item that maybe he likes to put on the shelf, a snack or something for later, because we don't know what tomorrow holds. And he's still going to cry. The conversations and the hardening that I'm speaking about, and the preparedness of of a child's mind and heart, and, well, potential belly, could be a make or break deal. If you don't like anything that I've said here, no hard feelings. I wish you well. And my intention is to prepare you and your family and your home. Really concerned about a lot of things right now. I think things are a little bit different. It's going to play out one way or another. But wouldn't you like to know that every day that goes forward, depending on if and when anything ever happens, you took action and you got into wartime mode? Because like I said, it's not just about boots on the ground battle. It could come in many different forms, from our grid, electricity, inflation, social pressures. We have an election coming up. We have an election coming up in 2 years. Think about all of these things. What did your great-grandmothers do during a great war, when many of these women were home by themselves, raising children, raising grandbabies, while their own husbands and sons were gone? What do you think Granny did? I'm going to leave that with you today. I got to get my stuff home. So, tell me what you're seeing in terms of prices. I really was sort of floored a little bit today. Meat's gone up. They hardly had any butter. Yogurt looked awful. Chicken is always a situation. The frozen section, I can't tell you to eat the Scottish haddock because they haven't had that in like forever. Peanut butter was only the small jars. You know, is there food on the shelf? Yeah. Is it a lot of things that you like? Not necessarily. And man, those prices have jumped. That is not transitory. Guys, like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you being here. I hope this helps somebody today. This is on my heart, really, really heavy. And I just want to know I said what I needed to say, and I'm praying for you. We're praying for Florida. Stay together. Stay positive. Take this energy. Take this stress. This is how I have to do it. Take it, and let's turn it into something positive. Take back control over what we can control, just like Granny did, because that's how she made it through. I'll see you on the next video. Like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for being here.